Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk Hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
And welcome back. Hour number 2, Let's Talk Hookup, right here on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan. Pete Gray here, along with Rock Cod Rick Mexa, back in the studio after the big Sitka trip there. Great to have you back, Rick. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. What a great show we have going here. We're talking Captain Rollo's Kids at Sea with Captain Brian Kiyohara from the American Angler and Mike Lum from Captain Rollo's, kicking off the Reel Week promotion today here on Let's Talk Hookup. And we just heard from Doug Kern, and we were talking in the break about Fisherman's Landing tackle and all the great stuff. Next Saturday, I'm going to be doing a little field research in Montana for the next couple of weeks. But Doug Kern and Rock Cod Rick and special guest host Brandon Bono, the world's greatest fisherman, will be here next Saturday. It's going to be a Fisherman's Landing Tackle Saturday. A lot to learn about fishing tackle there next Saturday. Next Sunday, how about this one? Captain Matt Bralla and Captain Gavin Harbour from Captain's Concepts are going to be here. That's a big weekend of show. Yeah. Next Saturday, of course, Brandon Bono will be hosting both Saturday and Sunday because Corey will be up in Haida Gwaii at our Haida Gwaii Safaris trip. I have trouble not saying Queen Charlotte Safaris, but it still is Queen Charlotte Safaris, exactly. But it's Haida Gwaii Safaris. And then also Wayne is down in the Amazon fishing peacock bass, and I'll be up doing field research in Montana. So Brandon Bono's stepping in, co-host with Rick, Rock Cod Rick, both next Saturday and Sunday. So that'll be a fun weekend. I can't
wait. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's a big weekend, man. That's a lot going on. And
stacked deck.
Yeah, stacked deck here. And that's going to be super fun weekend and lots of fun. And you were talking about, Brian, about how what they do at that Fisherman's Landing tackle. It's
fantastic.
It's a good spot.
The wealth of knowledge as you're buying it, that's worth every penny.
Yeah, for sure. And we're giving away a great prize, too, right?
Man, you're not kidding. If you didn't hear the beginning of the show, how cool is this? So one lucky caller or texter at the end of today's show, and as always, that's decided by the coin flip, whether it comes from the caller side or the texter side, is going to win 5 Reel-A-Week tickets, and that's going to include the entry into winning the potential 3-day trip on the American Angler that's given away at the end of the Reel-A-Week promotion. And you're going to be entered into the special drawing, which is going to have you an opportunity to win, if you're watching live on the show, is brand new 332 graphite Newell reel, brand new in the
piece
box
of history
Newell.
Right there.
Yeah, there's not a lot of
brand new.
There's not a lot of reels that are still in that bubble wrap and have all the goods. So somebody's going to get a brand new Newell 332, and like Mike said, for sure, a collector's item, all those things. But how could you not wind some 40-pound mono on that thing? Put it on an old school glass CalStar 90J and go catch a yellowtail with that thing.
Especially this year when it looks like we're going to have a lot of anchovy to fish with, right? I mean, nice anchovy rod there, reel there, for sure. And so how do we get those Reel-A-Week tickets?
Well, you call Tim Baker at 951-264-7382. 951-264-7382. And leave your name and phone number. Tim will call you back in the order that you call in and get that done. You can also send an email to win@rollokids.org. All he needs is your name and phone number. He'll call you back and get you going on that. And remember, if you buy tickets, it doesn't matter whether you buy one ticket or whether you buy the package of 4, get the 5th one free. You're drawing tickets. Stay in for all 20 weekly Reel-A-Week drawings. So one ticket at $25, you're in literally all the chances to win these reels up until December 15th.
Okay.
There it
Great.
is.
Well, hey, let's jump into the phone.
You got it, man. The phones are packed up. Everybody's excited to talk to the boys. How about next up, we talk to Mike. He's calling us from Ventura this morning. Good morning, Mike. Welcome to the show. Looks like we might have lost Mike, so why don't we try another? How about Harry calling us from La Jolla this morning? Harry, you hanging there with us?
I am.
Good morning, Harry.
Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all of you. Mike, I made contact with Tim, or at least I left a message for him. And while I was on hold, Tim did call me back. So I'll straighten out the purchase of a lot of those. Well,
thank you, Harry. Thank you, Harry. That confirms that Tim is actually doing something this morning.
Now, Mike, I want to say one thing. I'm buying a lot of tickets. If I am fortunate enough to win the Reel of the Week or a Reel of the Week, I'd like to have you not send it to me, but just keep it for future use by Rollo.
Wow.
I think that it would have better use in your hands than in mine.
Now, what if you win that 3-day trip on the American Angler, Harry?
Well, that I'm taking.
Attaboy. Good answer.
Well, that's very generous of you, Harry.
I would like to say one thing, too. I've been very fortunate enough to fish with Steve Pennard on many occasions, and I'm delighted that he's now heading up the Rollo program. I was fortunate to fish with Ben and Steve on the Maui Jim boat before its demise. But I'm glad that Steve is actively involved. And, Mike, I really want to thank you for all the help that you allowed me to work with you on.
Harry, you are an absolute jewel, and your support over all these years is so meaningful. It has helped so many kids, and more importantly, you really set an example of the type of support that we actually need to survive. And we appreciate you, and we appreciate all of your ongoing efforts to help this program continue.
Thanks, Harry. Appreciate the call this morning. Thanks very much for the call.
Awesome.
Let's jump back in the phone.
You got it, man. How about this time we talked to Tom? Tom's calling us from San Diego this morning. Hey, Tom, welcome to the show.
Well, good morning, gentlemen. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good, Tom. Good morning.
I called in. First of all, I did call Tim. He's going to call me back. And, Mike, I remember fondly when we took the 100,000th kid out fishing some years ago. The mayor was there. There was a proclamation for Captain Frank. And as you say, it's amazing what the kids like. They were more happy sometimes playing with the bait. There were a group of teenage girls who were too shy. I finally got one up on deck. They finally came up and started catching. And then there was a gal from the California game that would give them a little certificate on any fish they caught. They had a great time.
Well, thank you for that, Tom. Yes, what the kids get out of these trips is more than just the fishing. They get a life-changing experience in most cases.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, Tom, and thanks for all your efforts, too, and all your contributions. Appreciate your call this morning. Great text here from Aaron in Santa Barbara here. It's a text for Brian, and it says, I remember from previous episodes you talking a little bit about free diving. Just wondering what you've learned from diving that's made you a better fisherman.
Oh, it's incredible, the amount of information you gather from being below the surface of the water as well as being above it.
Yeah.
Just the thermocline layers, and I highly recommend any fisherman to take up diving, whether it's scuba diving or free diving. The amount of information and just knowledge of the ocean that I've gained, it's crazy how in Point Loma the water will be 70 degrees into the beach and clean. By the time you hit the bottom in 60 feet of water, it's 49 degrees.
Wow,
just going through. Yeah, just going through these thermoclines and how the depth of the thermocline changes. There's so much about the ocean that we don't know.
And then some of the new terrafins and seawater temperatures and things like that, some of that stuff can actually tell you that now, right?
Through infrared, there's 25-meter charts, there's 50-meter charts, there's 200-meter charts.
Crazy.
It's the amount of information out there is just absolutely incredible. And, we try to make heads or tails. And the thing about the ocean, as soon as we think we have a beat on it or, we're kind of figuring this out, 180 degrees happens and we're back to square one.
Yeah, for sure. And so watching those different charts, how has that changed your fishing from what it used to be when you had no charts before?
It narrows the ocean down.
Yeah.
It narrows it down. As we know, the ocean is so vast. There's so much of it that doesn't have anything in it.
Yeah.
And so it kind of narrows down the playing field. The amount of coverage, you think the San Diego fleet's huge. And, when we're all fishing the Coronados or in the same nighttime zone for bluefin, there's a lot of boats. But the reality of it, like right now, when it's kind of search mode right now, right. We're so small that we need all the information we can get.
Yeah. Change your way, your tactics now. Today, right?
Absolutely. It helps us save time.
Yeah.
Because no matter whether you're on a half-day trip or a 15-day trip, there's never enough time to cover it all.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I had a fun text come through. It says, wow, what an epic show already today, you guys. One, he says, thanks for everything you guys do for our fishing community. Brian, you spent a career around some legendary fishermen. Who's somebody that's changed the way that you thought about fishing, and what were some of the favorite things that they have taught you over the years? That's from Johnny in San Diego, and also big kudos to Mike and everything you guys do for Friends of Rollo.
Boy, I can't just name one person. I mean, starting from Rollo, he taught me about the entertainment factor. What makes Rollo Friends of Rollo now is when people would walk on the boat, they were just enamored by Rollo. Everything he did was, I used to call him the ultimate peacocker. He folds his feathers out. Watching him pick up his 10-foot harnell and cast, it was poetry in motion. And, everyone would just stop fishing and watch Rollo fish. And he was so smooth at it. And
I remember when he used to come into the show with Frank, and he was like groomed to the max. Was that him? Was he like the grooming perfection? He wasn't just a dirty old fisherman.
No,
like us wearing t-shirts
he would
and
have
stuff.
the clean bandana on. He'd have the whole gig, and people would come out dressed like him the following year. Regulars would have their bandanas on, and he was.
He set the image.
Oh, he was the long range image, and you look at old school long range, and it just reeks of Rollo Hine. And
that's cool.
And how amazing he was. People just to know him was just, wow, I know Rollo.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. And how long ago did he pass away?
98?
Was it 98? Wow.
Yeah, 98. I had just left the Royal, and we had just bought the Queen, and I remember Steve called me from Mag Bay when he goes, man, Rollo's going to die. And it was just, it was horrific. It was a horrific,
I remember that day too. Tracy Toussaint called me. Yeah, it was a horrific day, but so cool that his memory can live on through this wonderful organization.
If there's anyone with the legacy, it's him. And thanks to Frank and now Steve and Mike and everything. It's it's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Speaking of real quick about that Harnell rod that Brian mentioned, that rod was Brian was kind enough to give that rod to us here a few years ago, and we actually did a special promotion and raffled that rod off, raised a bunch of money with it, and the gentleman that won it a little bit later called and said, I'd like to give you guys back this rod so you can use it for another fundraiser. So we still have that rod.
It's Chair Critchlow, right?
It's being, as a matter of fact. And that was very nice of him to give that back to us. We have it in safekeeping, and at some point in the future, we are going to do another promotion, and there's going to be an opportunity to win that rod. It is absolutely pristine.
And is that rod still viable today?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The Harnell 542, it's legendary.
Yeah. People are still throwing it today.
I don't see them as much anymore like how I used to. The last 10 years, Rick, I don't see very many.
I've been trying to track one down for the longest time. I've even shared that with Bri. Like when I started working at the tackle store, that was the coolest outfit. Like my aspiration when I started working there, all the boys had them, the Danny Wades and the Bry's, and watching all these guys. Like what I couldn't afford was a 542 Harnell and a Penn 500 that had a Newell 99 kit on it, and that was the thing that I wanted the most. And later on, now like I acquired that reel that was like the coolest reel, and I had Danny Fitzgerald, and I sent it up to Danny, who was like the real guru at the time at the tackle store, and he got the reel all tricked out. So I've been in search for that rod, and I want to build that, like, the same way that a car builder wants to rebuild the coolest, Chevy Nova when he was in high school. Like I want to own that surface iron outfit, and that rod is
catch a yellow on it.
That rod is not easy to come by, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So if anybody's out there's got one, you holler at your boy Rock God Rick.
Especially because Rollo owned it, and Brian Probably casted it a few times.
Yeah, that thing was leaned up against the bait tank of Royal Polaris the entire time that I was there.
Wow. Well, let's jump back in the phones, Rick.
You got it, man. They're packed.
Want to get through 833-288-0973. Jeff standing by at the Fan.
Peter in Dana Point is up next here on Let's Talk Hookup. Peter, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome, and glad to be with you. I didn't have a question. I wanted to just read a bit of history. I took my first long-range trip in 2003 on the American Angler right after Brian and his partner bought the boat. And since then, I logged that trip, and I've logged every long-range trip I've made since.
Wow.
So on Tuesday, the 14th of October, I recorded that at first light, we anchor up. This is at the Rocks with XL, Royal Star, Polaris Supreme, and the Qualifier 105. We had an armada going in that parking lot down there. Each night we'd go out and catch some of the pelagic squid. And on Thursday, this is what I wrote. Later in the day, we are surrounded by a wahoo swarm. They are crashing all around and visible in the water. In the stern, the crew ties a skippy by the tail and lowers it into the water. The wahoo start charging it, slicing off chunks. Brian is standing ready with a gaff. One of the wahoo takes off a chunk, pauses in the water, and Brian free gaffed it aboard.
Do you remember that, Brian?
Yeah, I'll let Peter finish, and I'll embellish.
Okay, well, then it says a few minutes later he did it again. So we had 2 fresh wahoo for dinner.
Sweet.
It was one of those things that I remember, Pete, and I remember the guys whining in skipjack, and it was so calm as they were winding them in. You know how the wahoo start slicing them up. A couple of skipjack got their tails, sliced off, so now they're just wiggling. And the guys wound it up super slow, and they were just slicing and dicing it all the way to the surface.
That's crazy.
Where it was just wahoo going by in the corner, 30 miles per hour.
Wow.
And it's not like here comes one and you're going to free gap.
Yeah, 30 miles an hour.
We're just swinging in the whitewater.
Wow.
Just swiping.
Just swiping in the whitewater. And there were so many wahoo slicing these skipjack up in the, Ginzu.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Wow. Great memory, Peter. Thank you for the call this morning. Appreciate that
Thanks,
very
Pete.
much. Yeah, that was cool. What an experience, right?
Those squid years at the Rocks were incredible.
Yeah.
I was just telling this story.
Do you ever see it again or no?
Oh, we'll see it. Yeah. Absolutely cyclical. I was just telling the kids that were out, kids, the other sport boat operators. I just got back from the Rocks. That during that squid year in the fall, we had an anchor job in 180 feet where we were fly lining fresh dead giant squid on 100-pound. And we had 15 yellowtail over 50 pounds, including 2 over 70, 6 or 7 over 60, and the rest over 50. We had these 67-pounders, 72-pounders, and they were eating fly line fresh dead.
Oh my God!
Giant squid on 100-pound with the biggest hooks that we had. It was I've never seen anything like it.
Wow, that sounds fun. Yeah, it could happen this year. You never know. It's a cycle. Hey, Harry in Chula Vista has wants to bring back some Rollo memories too. He says, "Good morning, gentlemen. My question is for Captain Brian Kiyohara. What got him started fishing when he was young, and how he worked his way up the ranks of being captain aboard the American Angler. Also, is there anyone in the fishing industry that reminds you today of Rollo's personality?"
No, Rollo's unique, one of a kind.
One of a kind.
Yeah. And it's for me, it's just the same, starting from when I was a kid, grandparents, parents, brothers, moving up the ranks. So it's kind of the
Where'd
same.
you start?
San Pedro.
San Pedro.
Worked on the Buddha head boats for Danny Cadota, George Meal, charter boats, and then we would transit down to San Diego, work down here 3 months out of the year in high school, and after high school, then got my license and wanted to work on Royal Players, and asked Frank for a job. 9 months later, I was on Royal Players. Started running the boat a few years after that, and the rest is history.
Was the RP the first boat that was San Diego boat that you worked on, outside of obviously coming down and fishing the sea in San Diego?
Well, I worked on the Cherokee for a year, because the Cadotas own that too. But the rest, And as far as Rollo, he's one of a kind. He's, he was unique. He was unique. It's long range sport fishing in the 80s and 90s. It was Rollo.
That's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Hey, had a fun text come through. Pull it right back up here. Sorry. It says, good morning, guys. Happy Father's Day to all. I've always appreciated and supported the Rollo program. What a great organization. The kids are the future of protecting our industry, and the more we can do to draw kids into fishing, the better chance we have to protecting it forever. Captain Brian, with the yellowfin back at the rocks, do you think that that's the potential early sign of a cycle change that could affect our local fishing up here? I know we can't fish Guadalupe anymore. Do you know if there's any word of yellowfin being back in that zone as well? Really looking forward to hearing your thoughts. That's from Rory in Lakeside.
I sure hope so, Rory. I sure hope so. This year more than any, it seems like the fleet needs that whole warm water influence. More yellowfin, tuna, dorado, kelp, and like that. So we certainly hope so. And as far as the supporting that Friends of Rollo thing, not one thing that we forget, we're not only helping the kids out, but we're helping the whole industry.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Just the whole trickle down effect, whether it's Rick at the tackle shop, future bookings on the American Angler, business for Fred, it's the whole industry benefit.
It cycles the industry for sure, and gets kids fishing for sure. And we talked about it yesterday, and it's so refreshing to me to see these kids running around with their rods on the back of their e-bikes and running down to the docks and catching fish and stuff instead of sitting on their cell phones and stuff like that. I think that's just such a great thing to see.
It seems, doesn't it, Rick, like there's more fishing clubs in high
yeah.
schools
No
and
doubt.
stuff like that here
sure.
recently.
Every day we have a group of, the motorcycle gangs of these 4 and 5 kids that are, in their younger teenage years that are exactly, Pete, you described it best. So at multiple times a day, there's going to be 4 or 5 e-bikes that are, strewn across the front doors of the tackle shops, and they're all in there all BSing about which one or 2 baits they're going to buy, and then they all, I remember doing it. They buy one little jig or 2 swim baits, 1 in leadhead, and then the whole crew is out the door and they're all fishing on all the docks around here. It's for sure a cool thing again right now.
I just wish they'd wear their helmets though. But anyway, it is, and that's kind of what the whole Rollo theme is, just to get more kids fishing out. Tom in Northern California has a nice scenario to that. It says, great show as always. Thanks, Captain Rollos, for all you do. Calling in for ticks right after I text this message, and I always love donating my old tackle every year to the tuna trips in San Diego. See you all in August. Yeah,
awesome.
So that's good.
Awesome.
That we need more like that, and in order to help Rollo right now, of course, we've been talking about this all morning. I want to mention it again: is that we have Reel Week promotion going on right now. Mike, fill us in on the Reel Week. Is Tim getting any action?
Seems to be pretty busy. That's good.
Okay, good.
We need him busy.
Yeah.
And if you want to make him busier, call 951-264-7382. 951-264-7382, and leave your name and phone number. He'll call you back as soon as he gets a chance.
Yeah, and what you have a chance to win is a 3-day trip, a bonus 3-day trip on the American Angler, and then over the next 6 days, the bonus is this legendary Newell reel.
The tickets are $25 each. If you buy 4 of them for $100, that's when you get entered into this reel for the Newell reel that we're going to give away next week, and then the 3-day voucher on the American Angler. So buy 4 tickets, $100. We give you a 5th ticket for free, and you get into those 2 bonus drawings. But if you would like to buy a single $25 ticket, we are more than happy to do that, and you will be in all 20 weekly drawings or until you win.
But unless you buy the
buy 4 to get into this and that.
The Newell and the American Angler.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And all of that, again, tax deductible. Buy $1,000 worth. And then you have a chance of win really good chance to take a lot of kids fishing and a chance to win reels and the American Angler trip and more. So how much is that 3-day trip on the American Angler worth?
It's $1,500 yeah.
So
big
rad.
bonus.
Yeah, no
thanks
doubt.
for that, Brian.
Very generous. Hey, with that said, we're going to find out what's going on the water. It's time for our fishdope.com report by the Angler's Realtor, Yosef Husseini. And, man, this catch report is sponsored by the Fish Pros at Fisherman's Processing in San Diego, where you get a premier processing experience. Check out the easier online system to book your processing for your long-range trips. With more team members, Fisherman's Processing stays far ahead of the rest. More same-day capacity, the finest customer service. You can stop by their location in Old Town on Taylor Street or check fishermansprocessing.com. Be sure you make that reservation today. We got him. Yosef's on the line. What's up, Yosef?
Not too much, guys. How we doing today?
Doing great. Give us some good news, man.
Well, fishing's picking up. Bluefin has kind of been found now, so we are. It's moving along again. I'm going to start up in the Channel Islands, Santa Cruz Island. It's good white sea bass fishing between blue banks and willows. Most of it's being caught on live squid or the white fluke-style plastics. There's also some good halibut fishing up there between Chinese Harbor to Prisoners. Santa Rosa Island, there's a few sea bass and halibut being caught at Rhodes Reef and Beecher's Bay. Same deal, live squid is the ticket. Santa Barbara Island, they're catching some big yellowtail and some sea bass. It's pretty hit and miss, but the fish they're catching are really good. Most of these are being caught between Caverns and the Anchorage. Anacapa Island, halibut fishing is pretty good on live bait and plastics as well. Catalina Island, the backside, is still biting from Salto Verde to Whale Rock, mostly yellowtail, 15 to 20 pounds. Farnsworth has slowed up, but it should fire back up anytime here. Big old sluggers are catching up there. A few sea bass are being spotted from Ben Weston up to the junk spot in between Salto Verde and Orange Rocks. The front side, yellowtail are scattered all around the Isthmus and Bird Rock, the high spot there. These are smaller fish, 3 to 8 pounds, but are biting good. San Clemente Island, bigger grade yellowtail in the Northwest Harbor, mainly same normal San Clemente deal, 3 a.m. to sunrise. Use heavier line because these are bigger fish. The front side's producing mixed grade yellows, 6 to 18 pounds on fly line sardines. From the hole in the wall to fish hook, you need downhill current as always for them to bite there. Coronado Islands, this is the best bite in the region right now. Still really good fishing. I was out there last Friday and we whacked 8 before noon. Fly line sardines, use heavier setups because there are some big fish out there. Most of it's in the middle grounds, gun sight, and the North Island weather side. Rock Pile is still producing as well. La Jolla, still pretty good fishing. It's not as good as it was. Yellowtail slowed down a little bit, but if you fish the tide change, you should do pretty good. Northwest Corner and the motel is where they're seeing most of these fish. Sea bass have kind of disappeared, but they're still catching 1 or 2 here and there. Going offshore, the Cortez Bank, just east of the Cortez, there's been some pretty good bluefin action. 25 to 40 pounds is kind of the standard. They are getting bigger fish, 60 to 120. Knife jigs are the ticket right now. Daytime slower, but they're still finding and getting fish to eat. Most of it's a nighttime bite.
Wow.
West of the Coronados, there's 20 to 30 pound bluefin near the 302 off the Coronado Canyon there, and there's kelp patty yellowtail. There have been a couple Dorado caught in the area as well. And then offshore, way down south, about 150 to 200 miles southwest of San Martin, there's a big area of yellowfin and skipjack.
Like hearing that. I like it. Bring it on, man. And, of course, fishdope.com. Danny and the boys have all the information for you. $30 off a new membership to fishdope.com using the code Hookup Now. Lowercase, no space. Hookup Now. And what's going on in the real estate world, Joseph?
It's picking up a little. The rates are fluctuating. They fluctuated down last week, so we're hoping this Iran deal hopefully cleans up and we get out of it and rates come down and the market really starts moving again.
For sure.
We'll take that.
Yeah, well, how do we get a hold of you if we want the best in real estate?
You can get me on my cell phone, 619-277-2169. You can also get me at Angler's Realtor on Instagram and social media. And if you want a free home evaluation, go to SoCalHomeEval.com.
Awesome, buddy.
Thanks,
Well,
appreciate
great.
that very much, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys, take care.
All right.
Thanks, Yosef. Appreciate that very much. Hey, when we come back, we got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. We got more of your phone calls, more texts, and a whole lot more with Brian and Mike. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup, Southern California's sport fishing voice on that Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, as well as 97.3 The Fan. One rod has set the standard for serious saltwater anglers worldwide, and that's CalStar. From the rugged dependability of the West Coast Series, the lightweight strength of the Graphiter, or the performance of the GG Series, all CalStar rods are handmade right here in Southern California of the finest materials and craftsmanship. Check out the new CalStar models now available, as well as upgrades to the classic rods that you know and love. If you want your tackle to be state-of-the-art tools to get the job done right, it's CalStar at fine tackle dealers.
Ford is celebrating our country's 250th anniversary with big savings for you. Employee pricing is back at your local San Diego County Ford dealers. You pay what we pay across the full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. We're here for those who build America, those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay for tomorrow. Who will drive America forward for 250 years to come? If that's who you are, you value what we value, and you should pay what we pay. Now get employee pricing across the Ford lineup. Go to your local San Diego County Ford dealer today.
Hey, this is Captain Benny Florentino, owner-operator of Coastal Charters. Just want to announce that I'll be running the Camus 26 hybrid boat from West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa. Hybrid being a center console with bay boat features. The boat features a Michael Peters stepped hull that'll give both myself and my guests a comfortable, dry ride. West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa will be carrying the 26 hybrid, 28 hybrid, and also a 34 cat. Heck, they even have some great-looking bass boats. But if you have any other questions, feel free to call Nick Kelly or Kyle Mesa at West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa, and we'll see you on the water.
Take it from Captain Benny Florentino. West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa is your source for Camus boats, as well as Parker boats, Yamaha outboards, and now Mercury outboards. Sales and service, the finest you can find. Go see Nick and the guys at West Coast Marine on Newport Boulevard in Costa Mesa, or check westcoastmarine.com.
Every boater wants reliability and peace of mind on the water, and that's exactly what Towboat US San Diego provides. As part of the largest on-water towing fleet in the nation, Towboat US San Diego is ready to respond when you need them, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. As a member, you get free towing, free fuel delivery, free jump starts, and many more service on any boat you own, borrow, or rent. Summer is here, and the Towboat US San Diego fleet is geared up and ready to help when you need them. Becoming a member is easy and affordable. Sign up now at towboatussandiego.com. Let's face it, when you are out on the water, things happen fast, and Towboat US San Diego can help you get home safe. Their fleet of boats and professional captains are standing by, ready to lend you a hand. Membership is inexpensive, and it's certainly a must-have for everyone. Become a member today. Check towboatussandiego.com for details. Towboat US San Diego, your friend on the water.
Introducing new Power Pro Max 8 microfilament braided fishing line. It's built for offshore anglers seeking smooth casting and control. Power Pro Max 8 features an 8-carrier Spectra HT construction that cuts through current with ease for precise vertical jigging with a 25% thinner diameter. Available in white and metered 4-color for trolling spread control and precise jigging depths. It's stronger, smoother, and thinner. Power Pro Max 8 is now available at your tackle retailer. Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning. Lots of fun going on. And man, we're just looking forward to having you join us. Still plenty of time to participate in Let's Talk Hookup.
Yeah, 833-288-0973. Jeff is standing by at the fan. You can talk to him about upcoming Padre game today, about how Manny Machado saved the day, coming back yesterday. So talk to Jeff, and he'll get you dialed in and ready to go on the show.
You got it, man. Hey, let's jump right back into those phones. This time we're going to talk to Chuck. He's calling us from Dana Point this morning. Good morning, Chuck. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for all your hard work keeping us fishing. You know, without us, we won't be fishing in 10 years. Got to keep the fight up. And this fishing for Rollo, I talking to Tim this morning. If I got through this morning, there's not enough of us fishermen calling in, not leaving their numbers. So, all right, get your butts on the phone there. I know we all want to win this prize, but, you know, it just brings joy to your heart when you donate. And I think it's been over 10 years now, and it's just a good thing. And now I have grandkids that are coming up that we're putting their names in. We're trying to get the homeschoolers in Fallbrook a team up so we can get it out there. But how cool. The Newell, wow, what a great little reel. I got a little story about that. When I was young, I'm fishing on the Thunderbird, and this guy's reeling up his stuff. I go, man, you sure like those Newells, man. He had every color and stuff. But yeah, I make them. And I still kick myself for not trying to buy one off him.
That's cool.
But what a classic reel. Hope somebody that wins that really enjoys it. And that rod, what unbelievable. Well, thank you guys, and buy those tickets.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, appreciate that very much. Here's a great one too. If you, by the way, that does free up a line at 833-288-0973. Want to get through? Talk to Brian. Talk to Mike. Make a comment. Talk about Rollo. Talk about the American Angler. There's your shot. 833-288-0973. And this is one's from Bob in Huntington Beach. It says, "Aloha, guys. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Happy to hear another great Let's Talk Hookup supporting such a great cause. I donate tackle every day at the docks. Keep up the awesome work." And thank you, Bob. And that's guys like Bob are what make it happen, right?
Absolutely. The donation of tackle is really an overlooked part of what we do. And
is that a major fundraiser when we do that at Day at the Docks?
It is. It has turned into a really important part of what we do, and we're a little nervous because actually last year we sold. Normally we sell about 80% of it, and that other 20% just goes back into storage and is kind of the foundation for the following year. And we sold it right down to the tables. It was crazy. There was so little stuff that I mean, there was nothing basically.
Nothing left.
And so we were talking about it. We got to find a way to get more people aware of this and get some of these donations coming in. And what we're looking for is tackle that is sellable, and we appreciate all donations. And sometimes we get stuff that people call us and they say, "Hey, we got, so my father passed away or whatever, and he told us to give you, the tackle." And so we go there and literally pick it up. And sometimes it's incredible, the selection. And then the next time we find rods that were probably $25 rods when they were brand new, and they're missing 3 guides now. So it's like that kind of stuff doesn't help because we're trying to resell it. And so, but we're open to all that. We have drop-off points. If you have something that you can't drop off, call us. We'll figure it out.
I want to say a thanks to Darren Fitzgerald. He's a yacht broker, Viking and Valhalla and all those things down here. And he was in the shop the other day asking about the rods and cleaning out garage space and that kind of stuff. And I told him, like, man, you could do this, you could do that, but if you have tackle to donate, you get a tax-deductible receipt for it. And he was like, oh, my God, that's it. So you're telling me in one-stop shop I could just be done with everything. You do not need an appointment if you want to come down to Fisherman. You don't need to do anything. You could show up today and just be like, hey, man, cleaned out the garage. I got a bunch of stuff I'd like to give to Rollo. Myself or any of the boys will grab it. We've got a storage locker that's just for it. We'll keep it. Well, Darren is a yacht broker and, has sold yachts where people left tackle. The amount, Mike, I'm so pumped for you to see the amount of stuff. He had rods that were brand new and the sleeves, reels, tons of stuff. And he just did the same thing. It's like, I could nickel and dime or sell it, or I could send it in, raise money, take kids fishing.
Get a tax deduction.
I made a fantastic receipt for him. He was like, oh, man, from here on out, when people leave stuff on boats and things like that, this is where it's all coming. And he made a very generous donation of a bunch of tackle. So thanks, Darren.
That's
for
all
that.
fantastic. Thanks. And there's probably a lot of people out there that have a bunch of tackle. I mean, me included. All of us in this room probably.
Everybody listening.
Yeah, everybody has it. That stuff that you're just never going to use again.
Yeah, I just want to stress.
To upgrade.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And you don't need to do anything. You can just show up, I promise. You don't need to call ahead of time. Just show up. We will take care of everything for you.
And that stuff is so important to Rollo and the future of this program, for sure. It is important. So go through your garage, check it out, and take it to Fisherman's Landing Tackle, take it to Dana Landing, take it to Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. What are some of we have a lot of listeners up and down the coast all all the way up Santa Barbara.
Here's what I would advise you to do is we do have several drop-off places. We will make arrangements to pick up. We do have a lot of volunteers. Sometimes we can get them to go pick up.
And a lot of you live up north, too. Ventura, Santa Barbara.
Go to the
Morro
website.
Bay.
Go to rollokids.org and call. And just say, look, I got tackle. I want to talk to somebody, and Tim will call you back, or I'll call you back, or Howard will call you back. We will get a hold of you, and we'll figure it out because it's valuable to us, and it can be convenient for you, and you do get that tax deduction.
And there's spots in L.A. that you can drop it off, several?
We some of the spots that we have tried to use as drop-off spots don't work that well because if it's at a tackle store, here's what happens. Fisherman's Landing and Dana being the exceptions. But when a guy shows up at the parking lot and he reaches into the bed of his truck and he brings out 4 or 5 rods and he's going to take them in and donate them, someone else in the parking lot goes, hey, what do you got there? And before you know it, he sells them to the guy, which is fine. I mean, he's entitled to do that, but it doesn't help us when that happens. So we would we'd rather talk to you one-on-one. We'd rather make arrangements to come pick the stuff up if it's worthwhile, or just go to one of the tackle stores that are set up and have a storage area for them. You guys, Rick, you have that locker set aside really for Rollo stuff, and I know it's secure. I know that we're not going to lose anything, and that's the. We really like it when it goes there or Dana Landing or Dana Wharf.
But you have volunteers that will actually go and pick it up.
We will coordinate it. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely.
All right, great. Scott Sherman is online. Good morning, Scott.
Hey, good morning, guys. Another great show, great cause. Wanted to publicly welcome Brian to the board of Friends of Rollo.
Thank you, Scott.
He jumped on. Yeah, no, dude, I appreciate it. You jumped on a little while ago, and I instantly hit you up for a donation of a trip on the American Angler Tournament.
Welcome.
That's fun.
Welcome to the board, buddy.
Yeah,
our pleasure.
But I tell you what, it worked out really well, and it raised a whole bunch of money for a really good cause. And lastly, I just wanted to remember to thank all our sponsors who worked so well with us. I mean, if it wasn't for them, a lot of these giveaways and fundraising opportunities wouldn't exist. And I mean, just the amount of people we had for the bottom fishing tournament was pretty amazing.
That was impressive, man. You did a great job with that, and thanks to all the people at Southwestern Yacht Club for all their generous support on that.
Also on the bottom fishing tournament for next year, 2 things. I wanted to remind everybody that you don't have to be a member of Southwestern Yacht Club or anything. You can be. It's an open tournament, so anybody can join in. It's a good opportunity to get out there. And then secondly, I was talking to the board the other night, and we were thinking what we could do different for next year to try and step it up. We were thinking maybe we should put together a Friends of Rollo trip that would actually be participating in the tournament, which could be fun for all the kids because there's juniors and small fries.
Yeah.
Just something to think about, and wanted to say thanks again for everybody for what they do to help get these kids on the water and do what they do.
Thanks to you, Sherman.
Thanks, Scott. It's awesome.
All right. Appreciate the call this morning. Keep up the good work.
All right. I had another great text. Thanks, Scott. I had another great text come through. I said, man, I love listening to Let's Talk Hookup. Been listening since day one. Question is for Mike. Do you have a favorite story or memory of one of the Rollo trips and one of the kids with an outstanding biggest catch, big fish for a first-timer, etc.? What's a fun story you've got from all the trips that have happened from Rollo? And that's from David, that's calling us up in North County.
Well, we could do an entire show on the kids' experiences and some of the fun things that we see. I can think of a dozen times that I've been out on different trips, and every single time I'm always amazed that the kids see things. Someone earlier mentioned the sardines in the bait tank. They have never imagined this giant fish tank full of live bait that they can actually touch, and they are fascinated with it. At any one time, you'll see the bait tank wells are just lined with kids playing with the sardines, and I wouldn't think that would be the most important thing, but to those kids it is. And once they figure out that a dead sardine on the deck is able to be thrown up and have a seagull eat it out of the air, I mean, we've seen it our whole lives. We don't think about it. But to those kids, they can't wait for the next sardine to hit the deck so they can grab it and throw it up to the seagull. So things like that are really important. I'll try to make this real brief. When I was a kid, unfortunately, my father passed away when I was 8. And so when I was 10, I had a young couple move in across the street from us, and that man took me under his wing and started taking me out fishing. And that's how I got exposed to saltwater fishing, was through him. And I knew from the very first time I was on a boat out of Redondo Beach that this was something different than I had ever seen, and I've never forgotten it. I remember the trip like it was yesterday, and it literally set me in a direction that I didn't want to do anything the rest of my life that didn't involve being involved with the ocean or fishing or and if it was that powerful for me at 10 years old to literally point me in a direction that I've never worked a day in my life outside of this industry, I know that when we would take tens of thousands of kids out on the ocean for the first time, really good things happen as a result of that. Not with everyone, but even the ones that don't develop a passion for the ocean, they remember that trip for the rest of their life.
Absolutely.
And as long as we can keep putting these trips together, it's important that we do.
For sure. Awesome. No doubt about it.
That's great.
Here's a token fishing prediction question from Jeff in Torrance. He says, caught a big 75-pound big eye with Brian on the Queen 30 years ago during an albacore boat. I haven't seen one since. Where do you think they go, and will they show up?
I certainly hope so.
Yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that whole big eye thing. Unfortunately, those big eye are a pretty easy target for the commercial fisheries because instead of traveling across, they go up and down. So a lot of times when they're on fads and stuff like that, they just go down to the deeps and they come right back up under kelps and stuff.
And those fads are so sophisticated now.
Yeah.
They have like satellite sensors that can tell when the fish are on it, and they just go and wrap it.
Yeah, so they're real susceptible to commercial fishing.
Yeah. Now, I will say this. We heard from Chris, Smokey's Chris yesterday, and the East Cape is having phenomenal yellowfin tuna fishing right now. I guess there's been some seiners off of there, and hopefully they won't get them all. But that's an early sign of, off the charts best in decades.
Wow, that's
down
good
in the
for
East
them.
Cape, and good fishing for yellowfin. He's worried because of this warm water prediction coming up that the water's going to turn too warm in the East Cape. But that could bode well for us as that water pushes up,
yes,
right?
Yes, it could.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll hope so.
Yeah, so it's good to know that the biomass of yellowfin is down there is good, and hopefully that warm water and yellowfin will push up this way, and we'll have as the season progresses, which it will. We'll get more and more of that filtering in.
Fingers crossed.
Sounds good to me, man.
That's
I
it.
like that plan.
I'm going to go with that.
I like
right?
it. Fingers crossed.
And I'm going to say no more albacore, right?
Okay.
We'll go with yellowfin this year, right?
Hey, this is a fun text. Is kind of along the lines of, good morning, all. Myself and my husband Joe just want to thank Brian, Lori, and Ray for all the fun through 20+ years of going long range fishing. Never had a bad time on the angler. Just want to say thanks for all the memories. That's from Elizabeth and Joe from Carlsbad.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we love having you on board. I love just having couples, period, on board.
I'll bet.
It's having women in the mix. It just makes the whole atmosphere lighter.
And the American angler is so comfortable, and the food is so insane on that boat. I mean, your chefs are...
We're very fortunate.
Yeah. Well, it comes with hard work, you guys. You and Ray and Lori, my gosh, you guys are the triple owner team extraordinaire on that boat.
Very lucky.
Very, very comfortable, and that's why people keep coming back. Yeah. Here's another one from Ted in San Diego. Here's great show. I grew up in San Francisco. There was a fantastic police athletic league program that took us salmon fishing and hooked me for life. Is it better to donate a high-end, gently used rail rod and reel, or sell it on BDO Outdoors, or donate dollars directly to Friends of Rollo? Thank you for your commitment to the next generation of anglers.
Well, we appreciate any donation, no matter how we get it. If you have the physical ability to get us the rod and reel, it probably helps us more financially in the sense that this used tackle sale is critically important to us, and having enough tackle to be impressive each year to keep people turning out for it, because they do get there early for it. And I am a little concerned about next year. I mean, we got a long ways to go before next April, but we've got to restock on used tackle. So if you've got a quality rod and reel you'd like to donate, we can use it, and it all goes into safe storage until the one day. We do this all in one day, and so we'd be happy to do that. Of course, cash donations are always helpful no matter what. We also have on our website the ability to do recurring donations. So if you wanted to sign up to give us $20 a month, automatically put on your debit card or credit card, that's an easy way to donate to us that you don't even, once you start doing it, you don't even notice that you're doing it, yet it adds up significantly. You can take 2-3 kids a year fishing that you would never probably be able to do on your own. And, it's easier sometimes to just say, I get $20-25 a month. I won't notice that, but write a check for $500. Maybe for some people, you just, you don't get around to doing that. So,
now, what about, how much does it cost to take a kid fishing?
$75 is the average. It depends on, not all of them are 75. Yeah. Some are 50, some are 100.
Right.
It depends on how many kids are on each boat and where the boat is, whether it's taken on a weekday. We try to take our trips on weekdays. We used to have off seasons when the boats were more affordable because they were going to be left at the dock. Well, fishing the last bunch of years has been almost year round, so we don't get those deals. So the prices is up, and all the boats we work with discount their boats to us. But honestly, you want to try to charter a boat in the middle of the summer when it's going to go out loaded anyway, we can't expect them to want to discount to us. Absolutely. That's when they make a living. So
Now, what about this? What about taking a kid fishing every month? What about if you could have the means and you could afford it?
Oh, it'd be
putting
fantastic.
$75 a month on your credit card.
It would be fantastic.
On your credit card or your debit card. And,
absolutely.
And just take a kid fishing every month. What a cool thing to do.
No,
and how do you do that? You
just go to RolloKids.org, and under donations, there's a real easy box there. You fill it out, and it's recurring automatically on whatever day of the month you want it to be, and then you can stop it at any time you want. Right. Once you get started, if you do it a few months and go, hey, things are a little tight now, you can go in and turn it off.
Sure.
It's not like a big deal.
It's not forever.
No.
Yeah. The other thing too, I might mention to our angler there, they don't give this used tackle away. If you have a high-end rod and reel, it sells for it sort of sells for a fair price, a very good price, but they don't just give this stuff away.
No, and we won't. We made a mistake many years ago when we started doing this. We had this mindset that we had to get rid of everything.
Yeah.
And that was not the right way to look at it, because what we were doing was it doesn't matter to me, honestly, if the rod's worth $150 and we don't sell it this year, we're going to sell it next year. It's not costing us any more to hang on to it. So, and it may be worth more next year, the way things go.
It's still, there's great values, obviously, because you sell us stuff.
And like I say,
but it's going to get good. It's going to bring a good amount of money.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A nice high-end rod and reel like that. So thanks for that.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Had another great text come through. I'm loving this show. Thanks for everything you guys do for Friends Rollo. I'm curious what you feel is the appropriate age group of children to get together for a trip. We have Boy Scouts and church groups together. I was wondering what your opinion was of the perfect age for kids going on their first Rollo adventure.
We don't limit it. I mean, if the kids are capable of going and want to go, I think, obviously we don't want 3-year-olds out there. That doesn't serve much purpose for them or for us. But if you get into that age range of 7 to 17, anywhere in there works. And I would say we take a lot of kids that are in that 10 to 14-year-old range. We see a lot of that, but we're not restrictive based on that.
Such an impressionable time too. Like that's when a cool trip like that, just like the story that you told. I mean, a cool trip that age could be the thing that sticks with you forever. I mean, I'm sure you guys are responsible for seeing a lot of change and a lot of kids out there.
For sure. Hey, Henry in the desert has a quick one who says, I love the angler. I need a 3-day trip. Henry, it's real easy. Buy some Reel a Week tickets and you have a chance to go.
That's right, bro. When we come back, we're going to be finding out who's got a shot at winning that trip, because we're giving away 5 Reel a Week tickets, including entry on that American Angler and your childhood dual reel. More Let's Talk Hookup when we come back. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Southern California Sport Fishing Voice. Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, and YouTube Live.
Looking for the ultimate Alaska fishing experience and the best value in Alaska? Look no further than Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. A trip to Kingfisher includes everything you need to make your experience legendary. The finest fishing fleet in Sitka with the best captains, deluxe accommodations, gourmet food, world-class fish processing, and the best part, it's all included for one amazing price. Kingfisher is Let's Talk Hookup's most popular destination. Hundreds of listeners have experienced Kingfisher Charters, and most go back again and again. You have probably heard a lot of big promises from other Alaska lodges, only to find there were lots of hidden charges. Not Kingfisher. Everything is included. 10-hour fishing days, your license, fish processing, super deluxe accommodations, amazing food, airport transfers, and fishing gear. All you bring is your layer clothing, and Kingfisher covers the rest. Kingfisher Charters, your Alaska fishing destination. 800-727-6136 or check kingfishercharters.com.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now with stores throughout Southern, Central, and Northern California. No one does it better. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find a location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
The state-of-the-art long-range sport fishing vessel, the Independence, delivers the top quality, comfort, and fishability you look for in a long-range boat. Veteran captains Mark Pisano and Paul Strasser built this incredible 112-foot vessel with the most modern technology and luxurious comfort available. Once you go on the Independence, you'll be back. Call Independence Sports Fishing at 619-226-6006 or check independencesportfishing.com.
Shimano has taken trolling for big fish to the next level. Introducing the new Shimano Ledge Runner. They set a new standard for offshore diving plugs. Featuring a patented technology, the Shimano Ledge Runner offers seamless depth shifting from shallow to deep ranges while maintaining stable swimming actions, even at high trolling speeds. Designed with durability and longevity in mind, Ledge Runner is available in 2 sizes and an array of colors. One, its amazing features is ADR, or adjustable depth range, a feature that enables anglers to change trolling depths with ease and efficiency. In addition, the Shimano Ledge Runner has HCW, or Hydro Control Wing, a stabilization feature ensuring that the lure swims straight, even at high speeds. Be ready to hear that clicker go off with the Shimano Ledge Runner. Available now at your local Shimano dealer.
Adding a fish finder to my fishing kayak completely changed the way I fish. I'm Logan from Fastlane Kayaks, and I've been fishing from a Hobie kayak for over 4 years now. For about half that time, I was fishing without a fish finder, and trust me, it's called fishing blind for a reason. But don't just take my word for it. Here at Fastlane Kayaks, we've been installing and using fish finders on Hobie kayaks for over 25 years. Over all that time, we've done our fair share of trial and error to find the best mounts and methods for rigging a kayak. So instead of trying to learn 25 years of experience through endless YouTube videos, just drop your kayak off at Fastlane. Every Fastlane install is clean, user-friendly, and built to last in real saltwater conditions. One way we do that is by housing all the fuses and electrical connections inside a small waterproof case. Keeps everything protected, organized, and easy to access. Whether you're looking to add a fish finder, install a motor, or upgrade into a brand new fishing kayak, come by Fastlane Sailing and Kayaking in Mission Bay, or give us a call at 619-222-0766.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Okay, we're going to find out who the winner is of this great opportunity. Again, 5 Reel-A-Week tickets, including entry to the 3-day trip for the American Angler and your chance to win this dual reel. Mike's going to do us the honor, see if we got a caller or texter. We have a caller today. Congratulations, Harry in La Jolla. You've got yourself, well, we already heard from him, and he already bought tickets, but you got yourself 5 more coming your way. So congratulations, Harry. That's awesome.
All right. Brian, thanks for coming in.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
Just to be associated with Mike and the guys, it's just totally an honor.
Thanks for being a part of Captain Rollo's Kids at Sea, and appreciate that. And, of course, American Angler, sportfishing.com. I got to give you a plug if you want to book a trip with Brian. And, Mike, how do we get Reel-A-Week tickets?
951-264-7382. or win at rollokids.org. We just need a name and phone number. Tim Baker will call you back and get your information and get you some winning tickets.
Yeah, fantastic. And it's such a great, there's how many different weeks?
We're going to have 20 weeks of drawings starting in August, and they run through mid-December every Tuesday night, I think it is.
I'll take week 14.
Yeah. Thanks to Jeff in the Van Studio. Thanks to Adam for all he does. We'll be back next week. Rick and Brandon Bono will be co-hosting with Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Sackle next Saturday. And then Sunday, Captain Mac Browla and Gavin Harbour from Captain's Console. Thanks for listening today. We'll see you next week right back here on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.